We're here at the Mevlana Museum, which is one of Konya's most iconic sightseeing attractions. This is a tribute to Mevlana, and this is where his tomb is. And it's a beautiful location, and also great just to learn a bit about Mevlana and Rumi in general. One of the things I wanted to mention is that most of the plaques that have information about the history of the art, etc., they also have English, just in case you don't speak any Turkish. You get to learn, and they have little windows that you can look into the rooms, and they just display some of the art.
If you get an audio guide, you can rent them out for 30 lira, and they have different languages, but you can just click on the number and it'll tell you more information if you don't want to read. Although it is interesting to look into the window, I think before COVID-19 you can walk inside the rooms. Now they're having people just pass by and check the exhibits through the window. To wear these plastic covers on our shoes.
I recommend you come here and see it. There isn't a fee, so that means it's accessible to everyone, and there are a lot of people that are paying respect to Rumi.
As soon as we exited the Mevlana Museum, we ran across the Sultan Selim Jami. There's two separate entrances. Females is right behind me, and then males is on the other side.
So now we will take our separate ways. Obviously Andrea will go through her entrance, I'll go through mine, and we'll see what we can record inside, whether it's allowed or not. And also we try to remain respectful because it is a working mosque, so we'll see. So we saw that actually men and women can go through the main entrance, but of course if you're gonna pray, that's where people are separated. You don't want to film inside too much because, as I mentioned earlier, we want to respect people that are in there praying and actually using the mosque.
Yeah, when I went into the female side anyway, and there's a screen so you can't see too much of the mosque, but if you go into the main entrance you can see a lot more.
Okay, now we're headed to our next destination. We're here just arriving at Aladin Hill Park. I think this will be a good place to rest a little bit after all the walking we've been doing. We're here at the park just relaxing, and we're taking a cue from this dog that's in front of us. He is living his best life. We're just gonna take a break here before we go to, where are we going? We came into another mosque here right next to the Aladin Hill Park, and this one seems to have been either recently renovated or some parts are new. If you're already at the park, I recommend you check this out too because it's right next to it. Okay, now we're headed to lunch. It's also a few minute walks from the hill park, and we'll see if we run into anything along the way, but other than that I think we're just gonna go have lunch. We'll explore a bit more, and then of course we'll prepare later to go to the Dervish show at around 7. As we're walking on the way to the restaurant, we came across the Aziziye Mosque, which was originally built in the mid to late 1600s, but after it burned down in the mid to late 1800s, they rebuilt it. We won't go inside as we're headed to lunch right now, but definitely a beautiful mosque. There's no space outside, but there is a ton of it inside, so we're here.
We got our dishes. We ordered the same thing, both of us, because this is the only thing that they serve here at the restaurant. It's made out of lamb, and it has tomato and peppers, and then on the bottom there's bread covered with yogurt. It's called Tirit. This is bread covered in yogurt with lamb. It's good. It has a lot of juice or lamb fat. The yogurt makes it a little bit sour, tangy flavor. I read online that this is usually served at weddings, so it's a traditional dish from this area.
That place is busy and popular, but understand why. The food was good. It was a lot for Andrea, but for me it was perfect. Good thing they have that basement, because outside, even though they have some tables, it's not enough for everyone. So we are back on the way out from the hotel. We're gonna try to get some tickets for the Sema Ceremony, which they will have at 7. and maybe we'll get something to eat before that. We'll see you somewhere soon. So they say that the show doesn't start until 7, but you can buy the tickets starting at 6:30. I know you can buy them online as well, but we just want to make sure we buy them here in person. It'll be just easier. So we're gonna run down the street just to grab a snack, a light dinner, and then we'll be coming back. So see you there.
We stopped here for dinner at Hasan Shahdalı, and we're gonna try the Ya Somun, the classic version, which has cheese. This is one portion. That's huge. We're gonna split this because we're still stuffed from our lunch earlier. You can see it has cheese and sesame seeds, and it's bread baked in their oven. Tastes good, kind of like a pizza, but it has a bit of a salty flavor. Even the cheese is a little bit salty. I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna try this dessert. It's called Saçarısı. They give us some forks, but I'm just gonna dig in. It has some sugar on top. I think some pistachios in there, and let me see what it's like. It's good. It's warm. It reminds me a bit of like the baklava texture, or as Andrea calls it, phyllo dough. Especially during these days that it's colder, it's nice to have a good warm dessert. And we're back to the Mevlana Culture Center. The show is about to start in a bit. We're gonna get our tickets. We already had our dinner. Now let's see how this place is inside. It's a pretty big center, so we're excited to go take a look, and of course for the show. Make sure that if you come here, you show up early because you have to buy the tickets if you haven't bought them online, and you make this line. Which of course, if you come right before the show, you may be missing some of the parts. So we were worried about maybe not being able to get tickets, but there are plenty of seats still open. All of them provide a pretty good viewing angle because it's not a big arena. I just wonder if pre-COVID maybe more people would come, but I would say it's maybe 30-40% capacity. So we just finished. It lasted around an hour, and I want to say it's definitely something worth coming to check out. And it's amazing how they can get in such a meditative state where they're able to just keep spinning and not lose focus or balance.
The tickets were 30 lira each, and we recommend you buy them online so it won't be like us trying to buy everything last minute. We sat towards like the middle of the stadium. I really enjoyed the performance. I was expecting to see only men participate in the ceremony, but we also saw young boys participating.
Yeah, so that's it. This is what we really wanted to come and see here in Konya, the Sema Ceremony. So now I think we're just gonna go back to the room. Tomorrow we'll be leaving Konya, but we're still gonna do some more things tomorrow, so we'll see you then.